Oh my God. Oh, excuse me. Just had a massive coughing fit. You know when you sort of inhale and something works its way into your lungs and you just end up having this massive coughing fit. Don't worry, I haven't got the C word. At least I don't think. Right, minestrone soup. Oh, minestrone soup. I freaking love this soup. And it's okay out of a can. It's all right. Well, actually, it's pretty crap. But honestly, it's so easy to make yourself. And there's no real strict recipe as such. There's not one recipe that's set in stone, like this is how you should do it. Because it comes from something called Cucina Povera, which translated into English means poor kitchen. And it's basically a frugal way of cooking, using up whatever veg and pasta you've got. It's that simple, rustic, home-cooked style of food. Now, before we dive into this, remember, as always, watch the video all the way through. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, allow notifications. That way, when I upload a new video, you get notified. But we shall crack on with this now because we've got a hell of a lot of veg to chop up. A hell of a lot of veg. So here I have a plethora of wonderful veg. And like I said at the beginning, you can use whatever veg you like. But the idea of this is it's a nice hearty, sort of autumnal soup, winter soup, any time of soup. But I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me chop all of this because we're gonna be here a while. So I'm gonna crack on, get this all chopped, and then we can start making the soup. Okay, everything's chopped up. Look at that. It's good enough to eat already. Now this is quite a basic, simple minestrone. You can play about with the veg like I said before. But it's all ready to go. We can start cooking in that big pot there. Right, so let's start this off. So, got my pan here. Get it onto a low heat. Good old dash of olive oil. A couple of tablespoons, I would say. Then in we go with our carrot, onion and celery. This is going to be the sofrito, or the base for this delicious soup. I'm also going to add a sprig of rosemary, you know, just kind of give it a bit of a twist, a bit of a bend, kind of scrunch it up a bit. That releases the essential oils. Plop that in, and the same with 3 bay leaves. Now listen, we all know how this goes down. We're going to cook these out nice and slow for about 15-20 minutes until they start to go translucent and kind of catch a bit. Okay, I just want a little bit of brown, not too much, which is just going to bring out the natural sweetness of these vegetables. But you folks don't have to wait that long. I'm going to tend to this and I'll see you in about 20 minutes. So it's been about 20 minutes now, and you can see there that the veg has taken on a little bit of colour. So now I can add the garlic. In it goes, in it goes. Stir it around for about 30 seconds until it starts to smell nice and fragrant, and we're just cooking out the rawness of it. Next, I'm going to add the tomatoes. I'm also going to add a can of Italian tomatoes. These are little cherry ones. You could use chopped. You could use plum tomatoes and just kind of crush them up in your hand. It doesn't matter. And I'm also going to add a can of drained kidney beans. These are white kidney beans. Now I'd normally use borlotti beans, but I couldn't find any in the shops today. But really any kind of bean is good, you know, not baked beans, but haricot beans, pinto beans, butter beans even. You could even use like this can of pre-mixed mixed beans. That's going to be fine as well. Also going to top it up with some stock. This is vegetable stock because this is a vegetarian dish. You can use chicken if you want. And I've got some extra stock on standby because as this reduces and we add the other veg as well and the pasta and everything, it might thicken up too much. So keep some stock to one side if you need to thin it out. Going to season this up with some pepper, a little bit of salt. Just be careful with your salt because obviously stock's got salt in it. Mix that all together. Now as for the soup, you're going to want to leave that to simmer away for about 40 minutes, maybe an hour, so that the tomatoes break down, the flavours get to know each other, carrots, onion and celery go nice and soft and cook through, release all their sweetness. So I'm going to leave that trickling away, let it do its thing, and I'm going to have a few more of these. What say you, bud? What say you? Do you know, I forgot something. Yes. Parmesan cheese rind. Now anytime that you buy some parmesan and you've got this kind of rind left over, don't chuck it away. Stick them in a bag in the freezer and they're great for things like this. Just plop it in, that's all you need to do. Bloody soup all over the tiles there. Mess. Now obviously if you want to keep this vegan, you'd leave it out. But what the cheese rind does is it helps boost all those savoury flavours. Gives it a bit of saltiness, a bit of umami-ness and all that delicious stuff. Right, so our soup has been simmering away for about 45 minutes. We're going to add the cabbage and the green beans. Does need some more stock. Onto the pasta. Now you can use any pasta you like, it doesn't matter. And you can use a mixture. I've got some leftover spaghetti here, and all I'm going to do is just break bits off. In it goes. And I've also got some macaroni. And I'd say about 150 grams is going to be plenty, because remember it's going to swell up as well. But it's kind of great for using up those little bits of pasta that you've got in packets in the cupboard that you don't know what to do with. And literally I'm going to leave that to simmer for another 10 to 15 minutes. We'll check it for seasoning, and that's the soup done.
3 days later.
I'm just going to taste it for seasoning. Needs plenty more salt, that is for sure. It's a big old pot of soup. Now as the pasta is cooking, you might find it's a little bit too thick. All you need to do is add a bit more stock, a little bit more water, until you get your desired consistency. But that, folks, is ready to dish up, and we can try it. Yes. Oh, minestrone. Minestrone, get in my face. You can feel this doing you good. The beans and the cabbage have still got a nice bit of crunch. Honestly guys, it's such an easy soup to make. Don't buy it out of a can. And as you might have seen from the B-roll, I topped it off with some olive oil, some freshly grated parmesan. That is optional, but it is good. So there we are, minestrone soup, easy as you like. But anyway, I'm gonna love and leave you. Thanks again for watching. If you like the video, please hit like, share it, subscribe, all that kind of jazz. And also leave a comment down below. What do you think of my minestrone? But listen, I'm gonna go. I've been chatting too much now. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see your gorgeous faces in the next video. And bye for now. Do you like my little drawing of a soup? Did it all by myself, like the big boy that I am. Also looks like it's been drawn by a 5-year-old, doesn't it? Yeah.